Folks, in the last 3 or 4 days, you have seen me lose my mind about the California Dream for All program. I think it is a wonderful thing to help home buyers get on the property ladders. I will say there's a right way and a wrong way. And my initial fear was zero down programs kind of feel like 2006 all over again. I've now come to realize there's maybe some nuances in this that maybe caution my fears a little bit more. But because we are a growing channel and lots of friends and family, I have been recommended Chuck at Summit Funding, who is an expert in this program. We are going to learn if my concerns are real. Where might this thing go? Let's welcome Chuck to the show. How you doing, Chuck?
Oh, doing great. Thanks for having me, Mike.
Absolutely. Ty, thank you very much for the referral. Chuck, do me a favor, introduce yourself to the audience, and then we'll talk about the program, kind of how it is set up and go from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, my name's Chuck Isola. I'm with Summit Funding. We're a mortgage bank headquartered in Sacramento. My branch is in Petaluma, California. I've been in the business for 22 years.
Okay.
So
very cool. Long time.
Long time. So I work with my referral partners are with primarily realtors and some builders. So I do both resale business and builder business. So we partner up to take care of our clients.
Yep. And again, 22 years in the business is cool because that's about my track record as well. And again, when I saw, and again, I went to the site and I saw their graph that basically like 80% first, 20% second provided by the program, zero down. And of course, my mind went back to 2005, 2006, when we were doing 103% loans and people were buying furniture with their mortgage money. That's where my mind went first. So tell me why I shouldn't be that concerned about that aspect of it, or maybe I should be. What do you think?
Well, I can tell you that I did start my business during the crazy Wild West days.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Where it wasn't about whether you qualified and that you could afford the long-term payments on a mortgage. It was just about, did you have a pulse?
Yep.
Maybe had a decent credit score. I mean, even if it didn't have a good credit score, there was a product out there for you. And so, yeah, a lot of lenders were putting people into bad loans that they didn't qualify for.
Yeah.
It's completely changed since then.
Okay.
You have today's loans. You have to qualify and you have to be able to afford the mortgage that we're getting into. And the approach that me and my team take is we go beyond that. We look at what does the mortgage payment fit your budget?
Right.
You may qualify for a mortgage payment, but it may not fit your budget. And I have a number of clients that are in that situation. And this loan program solves some issues around that.
All right, well, let's talk about it. So again, as I understand the program, please correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, you get an 80% first with a bank, and then the 20%, is that a silent second, meaning no payments?
That's correct. It is a silent second with no interest on it.
No interest,
it's a shared appreciation loan. So when you don't have to pay the loan back until the loan is paid off, and it has to be paid off when either you refinance the mortgage for a second time,
okay,
or if you sell your house or transfer the ownership of the property to somebody else. And at that point, whatever the appreciation is on the property. So for instance, if you bought a house today for 500,000, 5 years down the road, you sell it for 600, then you're not only going to pay back the principal balance of the original loan, but also 20% of that appreciation. So with a $100,000 gain, you're going to pay back $120,000 to the state of California.
Makes perfect. I mean, again, to me, the program makes perfect logical sense. But again, as somebody who saw the nuttiness pre-crash and unfortunately the aftermath, this feels like a lottery ticket. Why shouldn't I just YOLO and just give it a shot? Because I got no skin in the game. Worst thing, I just jingle mail and strategic default at the end of this, which a lot of people did.
Right. But again, I think it goes back to people were put into loans that they actually could not afford.
Oh, let's just say let's just say what you and I know that the audience may not. Back in the day in '06, if there was the loan that were most toxic to me were these NAGAM teaser loans, right? Where for 2 years of the loan, the interest rate was 1.9%. And
Yep.
then at the 25th payment, it jumped to 9.9%. That is an
Yep.
unaffordable loan. The problem was back in the day, you underwrote completely legal to 1.9. So a lot more people qualify at 1.9 than 9.9. This was what caused the cascading effect. Not today. This is
It
a
was
30-year product.
it was even worse than that because you
Worse
had
than that.
it was worse than that back then. You had liar loans,
Oh,
the
I know. Oh
stated
my
income
God.
loans,
I
or you
remember.
had loans that were called no income, no assets. You
I
didn't
remember.
all you had to do was have a credit score
Yeah.
that fit
It
the
was bad.
program, and that was it.
Yeah. So again, these
So
loans, I want you to make me feel better. These loans are being, this loan today would be underwritten based on the 80% first, I'm guessing.
that's correct.
Because again, the second silent, no payments,
But
nothing.
you have to prove you can afford
Okay.
the payments. So you got to we're going to look at fully
Yeah.
documented income,
Makes
pay
perfect sense. It's
stubs,
a great loan.
W-2s, tax returns.
Yeah. But again, this is why you're telling me it's helping some of your clients, right? So pre this program, you're talking to a first time home buyer. They're coming in with 3.5 or maybe 5% down conventional. That's a lot more debt plus PMI.
Mm-hmm.
This program comes in my simple world, wipes out 17% of the debt or 15% of the debt at zero. I'm not on the hook for it, which means I don't need PMI and my payment's lower. It's just my payment's remarkably lower.
Right. Absolutely. So it solves that issue that most renters today have in today's real estate market, is that they struggle to save the down payment. So this solves that it either adds to their shortfall in their down payment, or it just provides a down payment for them, and also makes the monthly payments on the property that you want to purchase much more affordable, because you're only
Again,
paying on
if you're a
the
first
first
time home
mortgage.
buyer and you meet the criteria, you should absolutely do this. I mean, the payment's lower, the debt you give some of the upside away, but who cares? You're getting into this. Your ongoing mortgage payments are less, which we have a huge affordability problem. This is going to drastically improve affordability
Yeah,
for a huge swath of the state.
there's a second tier of first-time home buyers here also that maybe think people don't realize, is that, of course, we're talking about the 100% financing for the renter provides the down payment assistance needed for that. But then I've actually have 4 clients right now that I'm working with that are actively looking at properties and making offers. They're the ones that they have 10% down.
Mm-hmm.
I have another client that has 20% down. But when she was running the numbers, again, she qualified for whatever was needed for the property that she wants to buy,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't meet her budget. She has a budget that is below her qualification, that's in her comfort zone.
Yeah,
So
good
she's
for her.
literally been looking for a year and a half and hasn't been able to find to match up a payment with the beer budget with the champagne taste on the property she's looking for. Now she's taken her 20% down payment, putting on top of that the 20% down payment assistance program.
Oh,
Now
that's awesome.
she's getting a first mortgage 60% loan
That
to
is
value.
awesome. So again, that was
But
going to be one of
now,
my questions. So they can add, which
yes,
drastically lowers their payment.
drastically lowers her payment. Now her monthly payments match up with that champagne taste that she has in the property that she's looking for.
Yeah, and she's going to likely get a lower interest rate because the LTV on the first is now 60% versus 80. She probably gets a quarter point benefit.
Yeah, well, now this program,
is the rate fixed?
it's a fixed rate for
Okay.
for all. So there's
Well, that's okay, but still, it's
It's still
60% of debt versus 80, which is
exactly
helpful.
makes a huge difference.
So I have 2 more thoughts that I came into this, and we may go other directions. So again, you and I have 22, 23 years experience. You and I know that property doesn't always go up.
Yep.
This program works great if property is higher at the point of sale or point of second refi. What happens if we have another housing crash in California and her, I don't know what we say, $400,000 purchase is 350? There is no equity. I'm guessing the city or the state gets back their 20 points. I'm guessing somebody on the hook.
It's a lien on the property for, if you got $100,000 loan that you take out from the state, they're expecting you to pay back 100,000. Now it becomes a short sale.
Yeah, so it would be a short sale. So again, it helped. So the equity is clear on the upside. On the downside, it really becomes an issue. So again, stay in your home. But again, the payment should be affordable. So I just wanted to make sure it didn't work both ways. So that makes sense. Now for the big elephant in the room that I did not see the first day I read this. I believe, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, there's been 300 million allocated to this, not the 1 billion that was estimated when this idea came about.
Yeah.
I
don't know exactly. I've heard 300 to 500, but I'm not sure what the right number is.
Yeah, I think it's 300.
It's limited. It is limited.
I verified it this morning before this because I knew I was talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
So as it currently sits, it's 300. There may be talk of raising it. My point is, in the state of California, where our median home price is 800 grand, and based just on the activity that you have, this money is going to be gone probably by May 15th. This program will be out like a firecracker. It's just a quick burn and it's all gone. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's totally fair. And it's, it's scarcity. And it's
so first come, first serve. Is that's how this is going to
absolutely. And the way it works is that we can't reserve the funds until we internally underwrite it. And then once we submit it to CalHFA, we can lock the rate and reserve the funds. So there's going to be that gap, but that's why I'm trying to pre-approve everybody through underwriting.
So oh my gosh. So my brain went to closing, but you're absolutely right. There's going to be an allocation process or a locking. So my guess of May 15th is wrong. It's probably more like late April. Because again, if you go through pre-approval, you could do the 2 classes online or whatever they are, and you get somebody approved and you allocate your 100 grand, your 120, this could be gone before the end of May or before the end of April.
I don't know. We'll see.
But again, this is going to go fast.
Urgency. Yep. If this sounds attractive, call me now.
Yeah. So if you're a first-time home buyer, you can't get in. It's a 20% silent second, no interest. You share the upside. It is a lien, so it's debt if there's a downside. Very scarce, between 23 and 3,000 homes, at least with the 300 million, maybe more is coming, who knows. But it's first come, first serve. You must be approved. Once it's allocated, it's gone. I'm here to tell you this will not survive April. Unless the funding is increased, this is not surviving April. If somebody wanted to reach out to you, Charles, or Chuck, Chuck, how should they do that?
You could either call me or text me at 707-481-8562, or you can email me at cisola@summitfunding.net.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, this is for first-time home buyers. I do think it solves the affordability problem. I love the fact that one of your people are going to add another 20% to make the payment. Again, if you were going to do a conventional loan in California at 5% or 3.5% down, why not do this program? Your payment, the math says, is going to be significantly better.
So, hey, Michael, can I share 2 quick requirements for this program?
Do it.
Okay, so number 1, people may be asking, what do you mean first-time home buyer? What does that mean? So first-time home buyer is anybody who has not owned a home in the last 3 years.
Okay.
So, and secondly, with a first-time home buyer, you can have 2 borrowers, a borrower and a co-borrower. Only one of the borrowers has to be a first-time home buyer.
Ah, I like it. Oh man, this is going to go fast.
And then secondly, there are income limits by county, but I can tell you the income limits are not stingy.
No, they're quite big numbers.
Yeah, when you talk, for instance, Contra Costa, Alameda, and some of those highest cost areas, it goes to $282,000.
Yeah,
for the other counties, it's quite high too. Yeah. And then, Secondly, credit score. Minimum credit score is 680. Unless you fall into the low income category, then you may be able to take it down to 660. And then combined loan to value, the first and the second loan combined has to be a minimum of 70%. So what that means is you can put 30% of your own cash into the program,
Nice.
take a 20% down payment assistance, and make your first loan 50%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then one more thing that's significant is that they will what they call subordinate the second loan one time. Okay. So you can do a refinance on that first one time and not have to pay off that second. But the second time you come back for refi, you're gonna have to pay off the second.
Yeah. Again, this program is in my world is going to increase demand, but probably for a very small window. I'm actually concerned for the people that get into this that don't actually get the funds, how disappointed, how frustrated they might be. But at the end of the day, let's see how many people we can help. And Chuck, one more time, what's your phone number to text to reach somebody should reach out to you?
707-481-8562. And you
Folks,
know, I don't think that
yours.
would be your scenario there at the end. The people that, you know, miss out, you know, they get in a little bit too late. Sure. There's still a light at the end of the rainbow here that it gives us an opportunity to talk and figure out what it's going to take for you to qualify and to be prepared to purchase a home.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, being somebody coming in that is, there is some, it does get people talking, which is step one.
Yeah.
I can already see the the headlines of people being upset. But let's get there first. Let's get people in. And again, reach out to Chuck. He's got all the data. He's taking people right now. Summit funding. Buddy, thank you for your time. Take care.
Thank you, Michael. Great to be here.